Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, thanks for tuning in. Let's get back. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, thanks for tuning in. Let's get back. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon, or the link in the description below, and see what exclusive content we have going on over there. You also get access to some of our previous episodes that have not been released. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the adventure. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way. If you want to support us further, check out our Patreon, alexnosick.com/Patreon.
Welcome, fellow adventurers, nerds, and neurodivergents. We are live on 3 different platforms now. So for those of you who are just tuning in and missed the break screen, you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Kick. But for now, it has been a week, and we are back. The Legendary Misfits had successfully cut through the rest of Saya's forces. Beaten, burned out, and almost broken, the Misfits rallied to a recently freed and restored Kira and Elrin as they work together to deliver the final blows to Queen Saya. They take some time to regroup and gather information as they make their way out of the castle, remaining cautious and discussing what has happened up until this point. As they make it outside, Kira and Elrin disappear after going through the castle portal into the Valley of the Damned. The Misfits are left to face off with Oberon and his guards. During this encounter, the Misfits learn that they have been the instrument that has released the dark god Asmodeus from his prison. Oberon and his guards are working to summon their deities to this plane. Asmodeus himself, an avatar at least, says they are going to take over this plane and use it to launch invasions across the multiverse. The Misfits stand their ground but are ultimately knocked out. They awaken in the Ectherian Keep and see their friends around them. Now they have rested and are ready for the real fight. We open to you, the Misfits, waking back up in the infirmary after filling your bellies and actually resting on something that isn't the hard ground or a bedroll. Some of you awaken in a panic, but realize that you are currently safe for the time being. You awaken among friends, allies, and among safety for now. What is it that each of you do as you awake?
I'm gonna yawn and look up, kind of just look around and just kind of smile. It's nice waking up and not feeling like somebody's gonna kill me.
I wish I could be optimistic. Ace is just kind of sitting with her knees up to her chest, trying to get a grip on things.
It is comforting to see that you have your other friends around you. So, Daeonis, your sister is next to you. It looks like she was still being taken care of medically, but she is also awake and looks and smiles over at you, but she looks a little cautious and scared.
I'm just gonna nuzzle her nose with mine and tell her it's okay.
Thank you for saving me.
Never a problem. I never stopped looking for you.
That was one wicked spell.
Looks like it took a hell of a toll on you, that's for sure.
I just want to pay back these bastards for what they've done.
Oh, trust me. We'll get them. You need to heal first.
You know.
I'll go look around for some breakfast.
You know. And Malachi and Ace, everyone in this room is close enough to kind of overhear what Devlin is saying. They could speak to us telepathically while we were trapped. They said that they're the ones that killed our family.
Are you sure?
They said that they have bandits across the realms.
I'm just gonna kind of look over to Ace and Malachi and just shake my head. This gives us even more reason that they don't need to live. Vengeance will be seeked.
Malachi. You awaken.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
You're awakened, yawned, and you're not a morning person, so.
No. I was really enjoying my sleep, actually, but I was listening to all of it.
In your half-awake state, you're still able to pick up on this conversation, and you realize there is no rest for the weary. You woke up to the serious conversations.
Yeah.
You do awaken, and Daeonis, as you're sniffing around for breakfast, to the sight of Mira walking in with a cart full of food and drink.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm gonna run up to her and wrap my tail around her and be like, oh my god, thank you. Thank you.
You're going to have to make a dexterity check.
Oh, okay. Let's do this.
You were just knocked out for a week by mysterious magic.
13?
You stumble. You don't fall. You don't hurt
Can I try
yourself.
to catch her? Oh, I was about to say.
You don't hurt yourself more, and you don't fall. You almost crash into the cart, but Malachi, you may make either. I'd say that'd be just athletics. You'd have to make an athletics check.
All right. Nat 20.
Okay. So as you are stumbling and it looks like you're going to crash into this cart, Daeonis, Malachi leaps up with his fighter lithe body and just agility and is able to grab you and just kind of do the spin, like his arm catches your waist and then he spins and just kind of places you in front of the cart.
As he does it, though, like, Bishi sparkles go around his head as well.
Yep, it's like perfect. Like it was effortless.
That was damn glamorous, Malachi. Thank you.
Of course.
You feel a little woozy, Daeonis, standing up so quickly, and you're very sore. Malachi, even though that was a natural 20, you also do feel like the aches and the soreness from being in bed for a week and from all the combat that you've just endured. Not to a negative detriment, just it's there.
So, like, as he completes the spin and he lets Daeonis go, and, he's like, yes, of course, you're welcome. He, like, fits up just a little bit.
Ace, as you awaken, you have both Elish and Eos kind of near you. Eos seems to be okay. Elish is still on a bed as well, being looked after.
Are you? Both of you?
Eos speaks first. Why, yes, we are us. They have done extensive scans and tests using various magic, and the scientist and his crew have done wonders for medical equipment, making sure that we are okay and that these are not imposter souls.
Do I even want to know what they did to you?
Nothing major.
Why do I feel like you're not telling the whole truth?
Oh, he's not! Because they probed us! This is Elish. Elish is talking.
Oh.
We got probed and prodded and needles stuck in us. It wasn't fun. Oh, hush now. You've never been a horse.
He has been a fox. I don't know if those work the same. They're just both involved in fox races. Fox hunts? Fox hunts.
Again, everyone in this room is overhearing this conversation. Now, somehow talking about medical probing.
I'm doing my best to not pay attention to it.
Oh, it's loud. Elish was almost yelling that from his hospital bed.
Must you? Must you?
He's acting like it wasn't a big deal because it wasn't. You're just a baby.
He's a prince.
Talking about probing. Seems very unprincely.
I'm just gonna. Are they within touching distance?
Yes. Yeah, Alish's bed's right next to you, and Eos is just sitting in, like, a chair that's pulled up on the other side of your bed.
I'm going to touch Eos's head and be like, but I didn't mean the doctors. The witch. Are you okay?
Oh. You're talking about the evil magic.
Yes.
What's all the yelling about?
Yeah, I'm okay. They played some mind games and tried to convert us, especially as Celestials, and you see Elish kind of nodding solemnly. But, we're okay.
Who put in my with you?
Excellent
I'm
time.
sorry, I just woke up.
As this is happening, all the yelling and commotion has woken up Penn. Penn, you are awoken to a scene. Your friends have slowly, the Misfits specifically, have slowly awoken. You see Deonis' sister, Devlin, is okay. You also see that Mira has brought a cart of food and drink that Malachi and Dianis are actively scarfing down. Ace was just in the middle of a very strange conversation with Eos and Elish, but they seem to be doing okay.
What woke me up, I heard screaming and something about being probed?
Yes, they probed me!
I kind of figured you were the type that might have liked it. Sorry.
What does that mean? And you see Eos is just chuckling in the corner.
I guess you guys don't have that type of fun from where you're from, but maybe I'll show you another time.
Elish opens and closes his mouth like 5 times, like he's going to say something, and he just gets super frustrated and just keeps his mouth shut. Malachi and Penn, no sign of your mentors.
Is there any staff around?
Well, you have Mira there. There are a couple of temple monks.
Where is it?
Yeah, Mira's there with the cart of food and water and drinks. Deonis is kind of wobbling next to her, eating, but struggling to stand up, and Malachi is just being Malachi.
How long was I out for? Everything's really fuzzy. Is everything fuzzy to you guys too? Is it just me?
No, just your usual moist.
Oh, how do you know I'm moist? Were you touching me while I slept?
I plead the fifth.
The fifth what? One of the temple monks speaks up from the one of the charts.
The fifth commandment from the book of Enoxiasis and Temelicus, which is thou shalt not touch thy sleeping friends.
I don't know what you speak of, but okay. You're the book lady, so if you said it's from a book, then it must be legit.
Ace, roll deception. You get a plus D4. Okay. Penn, you may roll an insight if you would like, or you can just accept that what she's telling you is true.
I'm gonna do happiness just for the happiness. Come on. Insight. Where are you? Dirty 20.
Also roll the plus D4.
Oh.
I don't think it's gonna matter. No, it's not gonna matter.
$22.
Man, you really need to read more. Ace has a lot of knowledge from these books.
Do I have to? Like, I was always the type to like trust when people told me things, but I guess I should read more. Words can be deceitful, but well, spoken words can be deceitful, but written words are not. Anyways,
Dealing with the, I guess, intricacies of written word is one of the main things that we need to do to prepare for this battle.
well, I'm not saying that I can't read. I just prefer not to. I prefer to hear stories instead of reading.
We know you're not.
But I'm gonna go grab some food from Mira.
That's right. You guys better eat up. The War Council meeting is in 20 minutes.
Was that Mira?
Yes.
What's she wearing?
Her standard just outfit.
What is her standard outfit? We've been away for quite a while.
It's very similar to what Mira wears in Fairy Tail. Like just the barmaid's dress.
Okay.
Very elegant.
I look at her. Thank you for the food. You look lovely today. I hope
Form-fitting but conservative.
But form-fitting. Okay.
It is a little more. So what you're used to seeing is just a regular like barmaid's outfit. When she's working. This is a little more elegant. There are some gold and silver inlays woven into the fabric. You can see that there is a hint of a halo above her head.
Hint of a halo? Like a glowing halo? I look at her. That seems to be new. And I point to the halo as I'm finishing up my plate.
Oh yes. It happened when all these things opened up around.
Are you some sort of celestial yourself?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember.
Don't remember?
I've just always been here.
Can I inside check her? Or
I mean, sure.
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead and roll insight check.
No, you know what? I don't want to. I don't want to risk it, so that's okay. I'm just gonna look at her and say, well, you look lovely either way. Is she glowing in any way, like her skin, or is it just like the halo over her head?
It's just a very slight noticeable halo.
Okay.
It's not prominent like a ASMR would be. Like the ASMRs that have halos, from what you've heard and read and encountered very rarely in your travels. It's a very prominent halo. This is kind of like a very faded, almost but not quite there halo.
Okay.
Like see-through, it's not solid.
I would ask,
Are you going to be joining the War Council?
Yes, I will be there as well as many of the other shop leaders and counselors and military leaders.
okay, well, again, thank you for everything as always. And he kind of winks at her and Bishi sparkles.
Do you happen to know where Yak and Erlock are?
Ah, yes, they are out on a scouting patrol with
Oh,
some of the others,
Well, then they must be
being
doing much
led
better.
by your Sarxador.
Oh,
if I know Erdlock, he doesn't like to be useless, so that
Yes,
makes sense.
They're out on a scouting patrol, making sure that the perimeter is safe and that the perimeter guards have everything they need before we all go into a war council meeting. Usually, there are some leaders that stay out of meetings in case an emergency happens, but this time there's not going to be, so we're getting all of our T's crossed and our I's dotted. They should be back right about the time the meeting starts. You can catch up with them after, but we do need to start this meeting promptly.
Of course. And I finish up whatever I'm eating.
so we're not going to have anybody outside keeping an eye out while we have the meeting?
Oh, our forces will be keeping an eye out, but there will be no leaders. All the leaders are going to be in this meeting.
I mean, what if we use, like, sending stones? This way some of the leaders can still be out on patrol.
It's not as efficient for a solid conversation, unfortunately.
Okay.
Plus, there's maps. There's usually maps in these sorts of things.
Yes, there is quite a large map that I think you will enjoy. But for now, enjoy the rest of the food and drink. The monks should be bringing up some new clothes for all of you. And then you will be escorted to the meeting. She winks at all of you, smiles, turns, flicks her tail a little bit, and leaves the room. The medical personnel that are in the room, the two that were in the corner, have finished taking their notes, and they also leave the room and close the doors to give you all some privacy to catch up and talk and discuss and do whatever else you need to do before the big meeting. So is there anything else that any of you would like to do, discuss, talk about?
I mean, I'm gonna get
So-
dressed. I was sleeping, so.
So, does anyone know how we got back here?
I think they
Yeah.
found us after a little bit and, I don't know, carried us?
I'm not really sure.
So, what, last night?
That's what I heard. Otherwise, yeah, I have no idea either. And I snapped my armor on.
Well, I
It was
mean,
It's been a few days.
Ah,
We've been for a while.
I can clear up some of those questions for you. This is Eos talking.
I mean, it just feels like I've been sleeping for a lot longer than a couple hours. Like,
You guys were knocked out, is what we assume, at the back of the Valley of the Damned. We found your unconscious bodies there. We thought you were dead. We had sent a rescue squad in to assist Gilrael and his group. And as we did that, we caught glimpses of figures leaving the area at a rapid pace. And then there was some rumbling and some lights and a lot of creatures. So we were about to retreat, but Gilrael saw something in the distance. I think it was one of you collapsing, whichever one of you lasted the longest. He was beaten and bloody, and so was his squad, but they rushed back anyway, against orders. And we got you guys out.
Where are they?
then you were asleep in here for a week.
I'm panning the room to see if I can see Gilrael.
Yeah,
No.
where is Gilroy?
So Gilrael and that squad most likely got healed and are back out on patrol. Though you do know Gilrael is a commander and a military leader. And you also know the group that he was with is mirroring you guys. So they are more of an elite force and would probably also be included in a war council meeting.
Well, it just tells me that we've been down for definitely. You said a week, yeah.
You were about a week, and then you woke up yesterday, in the middle of the night, and we sent you guys back to sleep now that we knew you were okay. And here we are.
Time for this
Wow.
council.
Go ahead, Malachi. I'm just trying to get my head back on straight. Go ahead.
No, it's confusing. I completely understand. We keep getting knocked out all of a sudden, you know? This isn't the first time.
No, this is the first time being knocked out like this for me.
Well, also when we came out of the the temple thing,
You weren't
just
knocked
kind of,
out
like,
for that.
pissed him. No?
If you
Oh, no, that
remember,
was just
you just
time
came out
skip.
of the temple and it happened. You weren't knocked out.
Time is fucked. And
This
Malachi
time,
just kind of,
you all were
Shut-
actually knocked out for a week.
ah.
I mean, you know, you're kind of a brute, so I expected that you got into a tussle a few times and got knocked out a few times, and because you got knocked out and got back up and kept fighting is why you are as strong as you are.
Yeah. It helps. And he just kind of shrugs a little bit.
That's
There's
one
a
thing I don't
loud
like
knock
about
on
you.
your door.
What?
Is you never give
Yes.
up.
Oh, sorry. We'll never give up, Pen. And he kind of puts a hand on his shoulder and notes how shiny he is. And, like, he's gem textured, so it's, like, smooth and shiny, right?
Yes.
Smooth and shiny as ever, huh, Pen?
I try to be, but what, did you hear a knock at the door?
I did.
There's a louder knock.
Yes, come in.
Yeah.
3 monks come in with just clothing carts, like the fancy clothes hanging on hangers on a clothing cart, kind of like the carts that hotels use, similar to that. Except they're floating; they don't have wheels. It looks like it's an Erut invention. Anyway, they come in, various elegant-looking clothes, both for, for everyone. Dresses, suits, robes. Oh yes, this is from the council. They would like the heroes to be dressed appropriately, to stand out as you should. So please choose whatever clothes you would like, and then meet us in the hallway. Oh, you have
I
5
can't just
minutes.
wear my armor?
And the door slammed shut.
Wait! Damn it.
I think that's a no.
I think we have to all look very sophisticated, maybe?
EO
We're
speaks
talking
up.
about war.
EO speaks up.
Elegant?
The protocol is for those of us that do wear heavy armor or lots of armor that's not just light leather like our ranger friends here and our warlock here. If you have thicker armor on, that's why there are the elegant robes. You throw that on over your armor and it has you stand out. Kind of like a cloak.
throwing this cloak over my other cloak. Double cloaked.
Double cloaked.
I
I'll
think I
grab a
kind
cloak
of
as
stand
well.
out as is, but sure, I'll look somewhat elegant.
I too grab a cloak, drape myself in it.
Okay.
This isn't bad.
What color are these cloaks?
You didn't look before you put it on?
Mine's blue.
As you say that, Malachi, yours shifts from the black and gold elegant that it was to being a blue with softer blue inlaid, almost like a bluish silver, and some golden accents throughout the cloak.
Wait.
Oh,
wait, how'd
they
you do
become
that?
what you want.
Wait, what?
Think of what
What
color do you
leaves?
want it to be? What was that, D?
I want leaves. I want mine to look like elegant flowing leaves.
Yours
Autumn leaves.
transforms into just a gradient of green to fall colored leaves intertwined on vines,
Beautiful. I'm
accented
gonna
with
twirl around and
just the bulbs of just blooming flowers glowing.
sweet. I'm gonna look at Ace and just curtsy.
You look like a queen.
I feel like a queen. I think this is the prettiest thing I've ever worn.
Fit for a goddess.
Indeed. Thank you. What are you gonna pick, Ace?
Ace is just eking through all of the hangers. Just
You
Looking-
are. This reminds you of home, actually, as you were raised in a very elegant lifestyle. Even when you were shipped off to the old man's castle, he still had elegant clothes for you.
It reminds me of my mother. Dianis, can you braid my hair?
Definitely. Do you want to do it in a fishtail braid?
That sounds beautiful. I love fish. I don't think there's any fishtails in here, though.
No, I'll show you.
Ace picks out something that is silvery white and has a lot of like watery blues along the edges that flows and silver threads.
Are you
along the
going
edge.
for a cloak-like thing going
Nope.
over your stuff, or like a dress, or like
More
a
like-
pantsuit?
A Greek goddess sort of dress that
Okay.
has like
Yep.
splits up legs and all the different little bits of fabric with
Yep.
silver accents.
As you choose a piece of clothing that matches that style, the colors and the accents fill in as you put it on. Daeonis, I'm going to need either a sleight of hand or a performance check for braiding Ace's hair.
Okay. What we got here?
And then you
Careful.
also have a plus D4.
A performance or a what? Sleight of
Performance
hand?
or sleight of hand, your choice.
Sleight of hand.
It'll try to get away from you. Be careful.
Oh, you're fine. Braiding hair's easy. Yeah, you're fine.
Yay. Beautiful braid, Ace.
Pen, what did you choose?
I'm gonna go with a purple and gold.
Is this a cloak, a suit, a dress?
Like what, a tunic? No,
Okay.
no, like a maybe not a tunic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a poncho type deal, but
Yeah.
not a yeah, but not. Yeah. Okay.
And as you find something that matches that style, you put it on and you imagine the design in your head. And it shifts to those colors. All of your designs have some form of gold or silver inlays or accents in them, representing the celestial dragon. And you do notice if you have sleeves or at the edges of your cloaks or dresses, that there are little tiny dragons around the bottom edge, almost embroidered in them.
So pretty.
It's clearly a theme.
The other allies in this room also choose clothes off the racks as well. Elish seems to be very at home, and so does Eos with these clothes, as they are both from the Celestial Realm. There is a very incessant, loud knock at the door.
What's up? Come in. We're dressed.
It took you long enough. It's been 6 minutes. We're going to be late.
Don't rush a lady, sir.
Don't you guys have like spells to like slow down time and reverse time? Like, isn't time just an illusion?
You're high.
No, not yet.
He just shakes his head, opens the door, still shaking his head. Come. We gotta get over there. They said that they would not start without the Misfits.
Damn, we're like honorable people, so we better get our asses over there, guys. Let's go.
Lead the way.
I grab a purse that matches my dress off of the rack and stuff some breakfast in it.
You grab... All the purses look the same. They're different sizes, so are you grabbing a small purse, a big purse?
Like a small but with a very long, like, sort of body chain to it.
Yep. Okay. So you grab like a small purse that's wearable. And it changes from it's just dull white to match your outfit perfectly. And as you shove food into it, it feels like you're shoving things into like a bag of holding.
I look at Ace and then I look at the table. Are there any sausages on the table?
Yes.
How many are left?
Half a tray.
Alright, I grab 3 sausages and I stuff them in my mouth real quick.
Okay.
Let's go.
As you are led out into the hallway by this very impolite and impatient monk, you are greeted with what could only be described as an elite procession of guards. Golden and silver armor, standing in formation on the sides of the hallway. And as you step out, they somehow stand up taller and more at attention. And they move in unison as you are led down the hallway, through the keep, and out into the courtyard.
As we're walking, I looked around and I look back to the group and I asked, does anybody know about the Celestial Dragon? Did we figure out who that was? Or what that was?
I mean, it's who Kira and Elrin serve.
Yeah, we don't. Okay.
I mean,
And
I don't think
shrugs.
we serve anyone evil.
No, just don't know much about this dragon.
Are you sure? I thought Elrin was a celestial dragon. Didn't she transform into a dragon?
There is that too. I'm so confused.
Our little Elrin, a whole god. You guys are silly.
Pen, since you
I don't
brought it
know,
up, I will give you the option. You can roll a history check to see what you remember.
Who's got the best history?
No, Pen's the one that brought it up.
Oh, Pen? Okay.
Yes.
Can I help him?
An 18.
Oh,
I rolled back to the 2.
Since you said you could help, you wanted to help him before he rolled, Pen, you can roll again because I'll give you advantage since Malachi's helping.
That's fine.
You remember just about what you told Malachi. That's about it.
Yeah.
There are people that are watching this procession, and you see there are other people, some you don't recognize, some you do, joining you as you're walking through the keep and out into the courtyard. And then you turn towards the barracks and training area of the mercenaries and walk there. And relieved, Malachi, you see Erdlock. And Pen, you see Yak standing there, speaking with Gilrael and Kira.
I give like a half smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking over there, and if he kind of notices me, then I'm just gonna like nod my head in his direction, but I'm not gonna call any attention while he's in conversation.
You guys
Ditto.
make it past the outdoor shrine to the barracks, and the procession kind of splits off of your group and forms like a half moon around this area and just turns and faces outwards like they are preparing for crowd control. You do smile. Yak does smile back at you, but kind of has a stern look on his face. Erdlock just gives you a head nod, Malachi. As they see the procession stop and turn, they stop and turn at attention. Yak kind of just standing there, but Erdlock more militaristic-like. And Kira approaches you all. My friends, the Legendary Misfits. Such an appropriate name.
Are we expecting company?
You are the company.
Yeah, I nudge Pen when he says that.
Well,
We've been awaiting you guys to wake up and plan this final assault. You are the ones that hold the keys.
Keys?
We are.
You took out all the temples, and you took out the queen herself. What's a few more gods to god slayers?
I mean, I don't think that they were gods, and we're hardly god slayers.
I'm mostly just clean pots.
I
A shoe
mean,
thing.
I can just say we had a good run of luck.
I
mean,
think it's
no.
more than that.
Yeah, but we are also. I mean, yes, I do feel like we are responsible and have to figure out what to do because we caused this chaos in the midst of trying to balance the land. There was just too much evil. We had to cleanse.
I think this chaos was going to be caused whether you guys were here or not.
Well, we certainly didn't slow it down.
But maybe we can do something to stop it.
That is what we are here to discuss. And then afterwards, you will be standing up here with Elrin and myself as we give a speech to the public.
Hopefully you know more of what's going on than we do.
We can't speak about that out here. It is not safe. There are ears everywhere.
Well,
Shall we begin then?
Come, let us go inside. Our mages have put up various barriers around this room. We have turned the main lunchroom into a large meeting hall since there's going to be a lot of people here. She turns, and you notice her robe is also just as elegant as the rest of you. And you guys are let in first behind her before everyone else that is going to be a part of this meeting files in. Minus the ones that are already in the room as you enter. You see all the counselors. All the shop owners, tavern owners. Basically everyone that you've met in Ekthire and Aincrad that had some level of responsibility. You see the military leaders. You see your fans and rivals. And the room goes silent as you guys are let in.
All Malachi's thinking is, don't fart, don't fart.
Roll a Constitution check.
Ace says hi.
Constitution check or Constitution save?
Just a Constitution check.
I kind of like give a slight wave and then.
All right, roll a Constitution save.
Constitution save.
As your tummy starts to rumble.
18.
You're able to hold it in and let it just kind of leak out slowly so it doesn't make a noise.
Silent but deadly.
Everyone is looking at you, and then someone just whistles and starts clapping and cheering, and the whole room just explodes in applause.
Ooh.
Dianis, I think they like our dresses.
It's because we look beautiful, honey.
You see Yak and Erdlock sit down at a table that's kind of towards the entrance of this. Kira is still leading you up towards the front. You see the counselors sitting at a very long, elegant-looking table with a cloth draped over it. There are some empty chairs next to the counselors, and their table is a little too long for the number that they have there. Until Kira turns to all of you and says, well, we thought an appropriate reward would be making, I guess it would be 6 of you honorary council members.
6.
Oh.
So go and take your seats. Your companions have already been brought in, and you see Draco and Toothless are just kind of laying down at the front of the table.
Is there an
You
open
honor us.
to Elrin?
Elrin is in the center of the table. To the left, so Elrin and Kira are in the center of the table. To the left are the other counselors. To the right are the open seats.
I quick and run up and take the one closest to Elrin.
Okay. It is also important to note that even though this room is completely flat, somehow the area that this table is on has been risen a foot or two off the ground to give this area prominence and command over the rest of the room. Who is sitting next to Ace?
I'll sit next to Ace.
Who's sitting next to Dianis?
I'll take a seat.
I guess that leaves Malachi on the end next to Penn.
Yep.
Ace and Dianis, your dragons rearrange themselves accordingly to be sitting in front of you. You do take notice that they have been given at least different armor. It is magical in the same sense that yours are. It is very elegant with gold and silver inlays. It looks like it has been made to kind of frame more of their body and go down their tail a little bit. Go up into the base of their wings to kind of just make them look more elegant, more powerful, more commanding.
He looks so handsome.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome too.
Oh, you're talking about Draco? Oh.
You as well. We all look amazing.
I will offer you guys as a group to make a perception check. You can decide who is doing that.
Doing perception.
Who's got the best?
I think Ace does. I have a +9.
Yeah,
Sorry, what are
either
we?
you or Ace.
What are we checking? I'm sorry.
Perception. I'm
Oh.
giving you guys as a group a chance to make one perception check.
Yeah, I got a +13.
Ace, what do you see?
Go ahead, roll, and add that plus D4.
You want some of Daddy's food, baby?
Hmm.
You can have some.
That's a very good roll. That's a 30. You see a lot. You even make out some of the smaller details among this room, even through the fact that this is a very large crowd. There is a large map of the region in the center of the room. There are markers for the temples. There are some other markers that look like to be demonic creatures. There are various markers for the humanoids, like your group, and it looks like there's a group somewhere around the Valley of the Damned. There are also just rows and rows of chairs in place of the tables where people are sitting. The tables have been put to the back where it looks like some of the military command is sitting near the exit door. There are guards lined around the outside of perimeter of this room, all similar to the guards that had escorted you guys in. The windows are covered and closed. And while there is excitement, there's also an odd tenseness in the air. Everybody, however, is wearing elegant clothing. You do see a lot of your friends in the crowd. Chi-Chi, the rescued shop owner from the temple, floating temple. Luke, your one blacksmith friend. And Liz, your other blacksmith friend. You also see Makarov and Lisana, Erut. And then you see the people who had first rescued you, the ship captains and admiral. And their crew. Kind of makes you feel nostalgic seeing everyone in this room until the thought creeps in and you remember we're here because we have to fight demonic gods. Kira holds her hand up and everyone settles down and sits down. I would like to thank you all for coming on this day, and I would like to thank the Legendary Misfits for their brave fight and sacrifice. Please, rise and wave to the crowd.
I do my well-practiced pageant wave from when I was a child.
I stand up, I kind of give a nod to the crowd, and then throw a quick hand up, wave, and then sit back down.
Pen.
I give a bow to everybody.
Stay honest. You're muted. There you go.
I'm gonna do the same.
Okay. It's as if someone was also coaching your dragons, as both Toothless and Draco kind of pick their chins up and bow slightly before laying back down. Now,
Can I notice this?
yes, both you and Ace, you all notice this because, they stand up tall like that, their heads come above the table.
Oh. I'm gonna just kind of look over at Ace and like raise my eyebrow.
Rug.
Now, it's time to get down to business. For that, I will leave that to our strategy expert, Kazuto. And she sits, and guild leader and councilman Kazuto stands up. Please, counselors, let us go around the table and have everyone else join us as we discuss the current state of affairs. And he motions, and everyone waits until the counselors get up and go around the closest most part of the table. Do you all follow?
I do.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what now?
Kazuto had asked all the counselors to stand up and gather around the giant map that is in the middle of the room.
Oh, yep. Shuffle on over.
Yeah. I
Okay.
would sit up behind like Elrond and Kira since I'm taller than them anyway.
Then, some of the military leaders and others join in, and then the others that aren't quite as high on the leadership chain kind of filter in the back. This is the current state of affairs. The temples that the Misfits have gone to and cleared for us, making those areas safer and less condensed with creatures, has in turn shot these huge white pillars of light into the sky. Now, our scientist Erupt will be speaking on this further, but we don't know what these pillars are doing. But we do know they have something to do with the dark god Asmodeus. There also is this dark pillar coming from the south of us. There's this dark pillar coming from the south of us. We're not sure what's going on down there. None of our scouts have been able to get close enough without getting mauled by demonic creatures. Then there is a legion of demon and fiendish entities coming through that portal that we found our heroes at. We have a contingent of mages and monks and mercenaries there holding the line and holding a barrier up, but it's not going to hold for long. We need to do something about Oberon and his followers. Before I go on, does anyone have any questions about our current situation?
Is there an actual map for us to be looking at or no?
I don't know if I have the map uploaded into the thing. It's just the map of Ekthire, really.
Okay. Every single one of the temples has a pillar of light, correct? Or is it only certain ones?
All of the temples have a pillar of light, so not all the ruins, but all the temples.
Are the temples positioned on the map any certain way?
No,
Like
they don't make a pentagram or anything.
I was just trying to think of like the Asmodeus spell and like the spells we have. Cool.
Someone from the crowd asks, "Yeah, what do you expect us to do?" That is a good question, is it not? Well, I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be a tough fight, and civilians will get involved. We need a majority of you to protect the civilian populace while we send in our veteran squads and elite teams to strike at the heart of these condensed pockets of evil. Now, you say pockets of evil, but where are these pockets located? Another good question. It looks like one of the monks is to the north. Where is... And there are a lot of flying creatures flocking to that area. It is actually where we first found the Misfits, and where they first found Elrin, the Ectherian ruins. Then there's another one down south in the town of New Aincrad, sacking what's left of the city and gathering various combatants in that area. There is one attacking the city of Ecthire itself, right across the river here. We're keeping a close eye on that one, as it could spread its reach to here at any moment. There also seem to be a lot of forces gathering south, where the portal ruins are from where the floating temple used to be in the sky. It does feel like we're missing something, though, but we're not quite sure what that something is.
Has anyone seen these translations? And I kind of pipe up real quick and do we all get copies of the translations, or does just one of us in the group have the translations?
Ace was the one that was handed the translations, but she then distributed them to whoever wanted to research them.
Yes, gave them to me.
Yes. So there's one set of translations.
Because I know I wanted to look over those at some point.
Yes.
But I would make mention to them at this point, because they have a lot of helpful information, I think.
You were given, Malachi, you did ask for the translations, so you were given them. So you do have them on your person.
Then I pulled them out and put them on the table.
Some of the...
sorry, go ahead.
Some of the temple monks kind of stand up and move forward, and the crowd makes way for them to come forward, and Kira and Elrin kind of nod to you to continue.
I also have these, and I pull out the let's see here. The Chrono and Ragnarok file.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much relevance this has, but anything having to do with Oberon, this was his child.
And you hear some audible gasps in the crowd. Go ahead, Ace.
Oh, I'm just correcting. It was a child that he had in his clutches. Who knows if it was his or stolen or God knows what.
Nope, that's fair.
To expand on what Sir Malachi is saying, and this is Kira talking, Further research into temple records reveal that Krona is in fact Oberon's child.
Who would mate with such an evil monster?
A succubus.
Wait, so the child is half succubi, half fairy?
No.
Ace's eyes just go all wide, like, oh.
Oberon's not really a fairy. Those were also in very archived temple records.
Elf. He's an elf, isn't he?
He is the vassal for Asmodeus.
Huh. He serves the damn beasts.
What he is a vassal, and he takes the form of whatever will help him achieve his purpose.
He's a blob.
A golem.
A very strong magic.
Has there ever been any help from your god, from the celestial dragon around here? Has there ever been any indication of his presence being at all protective of anybody on this plane?
As you ask
That's actually
these
a damn good
questions,
Yeah, sorry, I was going to chime in just... That's a damn good question. Who is this celestial dragon?
you hear some other people give audible gasps in the crowd. But Kira and Elrin are unfazed, as are the rest of the counselors, as they expected some of this. But everyone who is wearing the elegant clothing, the gold and silver dragon inlays glow. And a voice speaks out in your heads, but in the room. It's kind of everywhere, but it's sourceless. It's weird. It doesn't make sense where it's coming from.
Does it hurt when we hear it? Or?
Now, it's not as easy for us gods to interfere with the realm of men. But it seems a rift has been cut open, and it is easier for us to communicate, especially with a vassal here. And you see Elrin's eyes are glowing a holy white light, as there's an aura coming off of her body. You see, we are here too, but we trust men to make the right decisions.
That is misguided trust, if you'll please, my lord.
It is not. Look at those individuals that are in this room. Look at the clerics and the monks and the paladins and all the other temple worshippers that have pledged themselves to the Celestial Dragon. And have done good in service to the Celestial Dragon.
I have
Are you
found
the...
doing
Sorry, go
good.
ahead.
I have found that doing good or doing the right thing doesn't always mean winning.
You may be right, young one. But for all the years you have been alive, I have seen a millennia. Sometimes it is not one in one lifetime.
Ace nods silently.
Now you, great warrior, you had asked a question.
You are the celestial dragon, yes?
There is no answer to your question. Is there a celestial dragon? Or does the celestial dragon only exist to those who believe in it? Can the same be said for everyone's gods? That is one you
Despite my
must meditate on.
I will say that despite my god's lack of, I guess, oversight is the word, I do know them to be real. Are you familiar with the Platinum Dragon?
I am. He was just a young pup as I was flying through the sky.
With all your power, you could fix this in a moment.
I could, but what good would that do? The gods would
You
just get
mean-
angry and strike back at men again. But if man fixes the problem, the gods may think twice before trying something so reckless.
You really believe this?
I do.
But nobody says that you have to fix the situation yourself, but you can always assist us or guide us.
You are being assisted now. I am here to address your concerns and answer your questions, for as long as the vessel has energy to sustain me.
It's indicated by these that we found from Oberyn's office that we will probably have to involve our own gods regardless.
Ah, a follower of the Raven Queen. And the Traveler. An odd combination. I like it.
I believe in what I can see.
The Traveler, tricky fellow. Raven Queen, respectable, but young. Yes, you may be able to involve them, especially with this rift. But I think the real power comes from within each of you.
And the power of friendship and all that as well.
I'm not foolish enough to say the power of friendship. But having confidence in yourself and in your own strength will give you the confidence and strength together to do what you must do.
These are very ancient magics. Would you be able to help me with them?
Help? I can't summon another god.
Maybe I'm not asking for that. Maybe just some knowledge of this ancient so that I can interpret better. If I do it wrong, it's useless.
I can tell you this. Follow the directions very closely. Make sure everything is drawn as intended and there is not one single line out of place. Speak clearly, concisely, and fluently.
Am I taking everything as realistically as possible? Nothing is symbolic besides the symbols.
Symbols are always symbolic, but there is some vagueness in ancient texts.
Yes, that's what I fear.
So, with those in this room, I'm sure you can solve the vagueness. Especially these two here. And he gestures towards Kira and Elrin. That is about all the time I have. But I hope you believe in what you see.
I do.
What do we call you?
He just smirks, and the visage vanishes. Before you hear in your head, the celestial dragon is fine, until a new one emerges. The room returns to normal as Elrin also returns to normal. Doesn't seem to be drained in the slightest. A little odd. Because Ace, you were kind of drained after a god spoke through you.
Oh, alright.
Well, that was interesting.
The room is dead silent. No one knows. No, it doesn't even sound like anyone's breathing.
I look at Kira and Elrid. Well, I mean, I guess that was the celestial dragon, no?
Honestly, neither of us have ever seen him. With this ripped open, it could have been anyone. But
Is this the first time we communicated with you?
communicated so directly, yes. However, only a being that is not of an evil nature would be able to speak through Elrin.
Elrin, aren't you of a draconic lineage as well? Did you sense anything interesting?
Yes, I am. I have been told since I was young that the blood of the celestial dragon runs through my veins.
Like a daughter or a cousin?
More like an offspring. Not necessarily a daughter, but something that has been created from his DNA.
Test tube child.
Well, in any case, it seems like we need to use these rituals here. And not screw it up.
Also, yes.
I know the queen will help if we can help her.
What's that mean? We have to give her something?
A raven feather drops down from the ceiling and just lands in the center of the table.
Crap. More gods listening.
There is no raven in the room.
If you're here, show yourself, damn it! And Malachi's just looking around.
You just feel a chill go down your spine, but you don't see anything.
Ace slaps him upside the back of his head.
What the hell?
Don't be so rude. She's a lovely woman.
Little woman?
I meant to just say lovely woman, but my mouth stuttered.
Well, next time she shouldn't be driving chills down people's spines.
It happens again, Malachi.
Ah! Damn you!
And a raven feather appears in your hair.
In my hair?
Yep.
I pick it up. I lightly grab it off my head, and I just kind of hold it in front of myself.
It disappears.
And then I just
and reappears in your hair.
What? And then I just kind of like violently wipe it away at my head.
Every time you wipe it away, it just disappears and reappears in your hair.
This is a war council, not a jester session.
I'm enjoying everybody just staring at Malachi doing his little dance of brushing things off his head.
You look at him, Ace. There's no raven feather in his hair.
Nah.
Malachi, you
It
definitely see a
refuses to
raven
move.
feather.
It refuses to move.
Sir Malachi, what refuses to move?
The damn raven feather.
There is no raven feather in your hair or on your person.
Do I still see it, or
As someone says that, it fades away from your vision and it's not there anymore.
Raven Queen?
Not quite. I just enjoy messing with people.
Is this the voice in the head again, or do we actually see something this time?
No, this is a visage standing on the table in a green hooded cloak.
Hello, traveler.
Not the Raven Queen.
The
Who are
rift
you?
was open, and I decided to come visit. This looked like a fun party. Are we having a party?
Another-
Everyone's dressed in ball gowns.
I look at Ace. You know this one?
You all do. You've all met him.
Oh, we had?
Long
Okay.
time ago.
Sorry. I didn't recognize.
So, some kind of party, like a war party.
Oh, those are my favorite. Who are we going to war with?
Oberon?
Demon.
Asmodeus.
You gave me 3 different answers. I'm very confused.
Well, definitely Asmodeus, apparently.
It is D. All of the above.
Demon.
People,
Demon,
there are some people around the room whose mouths are just agape because this 9-foot tall spiritual visage is just, his body's only halfway through the table, so he's just kind of standing through the table talking to you.
I'm not impressed.
Black raven feather appears back in your hair.
Nah! I'm not going for it. Nope, it's not there.
Another
Are
one
you-
appears.
Not going for it.
Who's nutting?
Another one appears.
Cut it out, traveler.
Oh, but it's so much fun. This is so much more fun than dealing with a dark god, don't you think?
Nonetheless, the dark god must be dealt with.
We could all just leave.
We would
And
love
go.
I don't know. You'd have to trust me. I'll take you on an adventure through the Fey realm. How about that?
He would
Nope.
follow.
I prefer to
Nope.
not fight.
Well, in your absence from this fight, is there anything you can give us to help? Perhaps a magic trick or two?
Oh, I'm full of magic trips, but how about those texts that you have in front of you?
Of course, what about them?
Well, be careful with those that you have to draw something on. Usually those can only be done once. And if you fail, the spell usually disappears. I've even seen some take the lives of the caster with them.
Thanks for the warning.
Also, don't take the text so literally. Try to think what it may be referring to.
I assume that doesn't quite comes to the drawings.
Oh.
Yeah, what does that mean exactly? Because there's the translations are the translations, but they're like for summoning a solar, there's only the original text.
You
So we
should. Do
just
you
have
not
to
have
speak
the translations for the Solar and the Raven Queen? There should be translations.
So it says, speak the following original text celestial dash no translation.
Yes, that does not have a translation.
So we have to just speak that.
Yes.
And the going one page up, that symbol, we have to draw that circle, that I guess that's that star symbol, if we're looking to seal a celestial.
No one
Because
said it was easy.
I'm just trying to understand how the execution is supposed to go.
It is my understanding that the ancients made these intricate circles as a warding, not to be used in the middle of combat. You guys have the unfortunate scenario of being in the middle of combat. No, it's going to be a little more challenging, but I have faith.
Yeah.
Here, take this for good luck. If it lands on tails, run the other way. And he flips you a silver coin.
Thank you.
He disappears.
Do I catch it and look at the coin?
Make a dexterity check.
Dex check. Oh, nat 20.
You catch it. You can look at the coin.
What is it?
It's a coin where both sides are tails.
Shit. Ace, these are the people that you roll with, apparently.
As are you.
Not by choice, damn it. Anyway. Apparently we're supposed to run, says this foolish traveler. Which doesn't seem to be an option, so... And I just pocket the coin. Any magic coming off of the coin?
I mean, yeah, God was touching it. There's residual celestial... Well, I guess in this case it'd be residual fey magic.
Residual fey magic. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I just kind of pocket it.
Throughout this whole time, Dayonis, you just kind of feel like you're being stalked or watched, or something is kind of just over your shoulder. And Pen, there was something very familiar about that dragon deity thing that was speaking through Elrin, but you can't quite put your finger on it. The raven feather that fell from the ceiling is actually in the middle of the table. It wasn't a trick. That one is real. And now, we're going to go to break and leave you all pondering what all of this means. And come back. Probably more confused than we left.
Time to review the notes.
Yes. thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you in a few moments.
Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show,
Oh, like Carmen Miranda.
And we are back at a very weird break conversation. Don't ask. You don't want to know. You might find out. We left off in the War Council chamber with the Misfits being communicated with by a couple of gods. Not anything to take light of, but very weird in this situation. Though somewhat helpful. The War Council chamber is still silent, and everyone is looking at the council members themselves, the Misfits, and the Ectherian Council. So, Misfits, where are you going from here? What are you doing?
I have very specific arcane questions that I must discuss with Kira, Elrin, and Eos.
I think that our group may also be able to help. And some of the temple monks step forward.
Monks! Adorable! I'd love to have you.
Thought you guys were a silent fight, but thanks for the assistance.
So, what are your questions, young Ace?
So, I was told to not take all of these literally, but also I have to do them perfectly. So I could use some help with interpretations, like creating a circle or casting a circle of light. Must it actually be cast, or could it be just a normal light, like a candle, cast, as it will create a circle as long as the light's unimpeded?
Well, look at it from the arcane magic that we have access to today. Most summoned things have to fit within the space in which they are being summoned to.
Won't we be on a battlefield?
Right. However, if you're creating a circle, same with a ceiling circle, the object in which you are summoning or sealing has to fit within the depicted shape.
So a very large candle?
So, a circle of light, I don't think it is to be taken literally in the sense that you have to cast a spell. Through our research, we have
don't think... Sorry.
Through our research, we have found that if you make an unbroken circle of light, that would suffice. So, sticking with your candle idea, you could make a circle of candles.
Yes. How much of this did I have prepared before it would be too far along and I had to complete the spell? For instance, would we be able to maybe make our symbol on a piece of cloth to lay down on battlefield and then lay down our materials like the salt and the candles? Or...
You could.
Okay.
Our mages might be able to help you with something that's one step further.
Oh?
With that idea, we could maybe make a circle that emits light, enchant it in the cloth. We could make make the circle out of salt, and then you put the circle of light inside the circle of salt. We could do many things.
Does the circle of light need to be the same size as the circle of salt?
Well,
yeah,
what does the text of the spell say?
It says the salt has to go around the edge of the light.
So the light has to be as big as the creature, and the circle has to be just as big. So yes.
Enjoying my hip bone for reasons.
Remember that gods can change form and shape. So I would make an estimation that your circle would have to fit a large humanoid, like your friend here. And he nods to Sir Malachi.
So if I created a moonbeam, would that suffice for light? I mean, it's only 5 foot circumference, but
Maybe.
Malachi would fit in there.
But does your moonbeam shine straight down, or is it shining like a laser?
Like a laser, like the ones that we have that appeared.
I'm not entirely sure that moonbeam would work. How would you line it with salt?
Well, it's already a circle, so I would just, once we get them to walk into the circle of salt, then I would cast it in the middle of the circle of salt.
They're not walking into it. They're appearing. We're summoning them into the circle.
Well, okay, well, when they appear.
These spells are like a recipe. You can't have them... You can't finish your pie if you don't have any flour.
I mean, the other ideas of, the imbuing the cloth with light magic is a much easier solution than trying to time a spell. So.
Now, if you could aim your moonbeam down at the ground, that may work as a circle of light.
It does.
These words, does anybody know how to speak this language, that we be sure we have the pronunciation right?
That is something scholars have been trying to review for a very long time.
Is there any resource into somebody who's at least the most learned on them?
There may be some recordings in crystals that could help. We shall dig through the archives once we adjourn this meeting.
Thank you.
Any other assistance that you may need, just please come and see us. We'll be happy to imbue cloth or enchant anything that you may need for spells preparation.
Are you able to enchant us or our armors with abilities or spells?
You'd have to speak with the blacksmiths, as they are the enchanters currently.
I'm gonna nod and then I'll go find Luke and Liz.
Well, the War Council meeting's not over yet.
Oh, yep, sorry.
How many, I guess, total demon troops are we anticipating here? How many fronts of battle?
All of them, Kirito says. We have no way of containing the forces that have already gotten through the portal. We are doing our best to contain the ones that are pouring through the valley. But the longer we wait, the more likely it is that we will be swarmed by legions of demons.
Will you be fighting on the front lines, or will you be with us as a strike force?
That is the question. We have pondered this, and our scouting teams can be of more assistance here.
Oh, course.
We've concerned ourselves a lot with the summoning spell. However, do you think it may become useful to prepare the banishing spell as well, in case we may need it for Asmodeus, depending on how far he can break through or how far he already has?
Banishing spells and sealing spells are always useful. And the symbols for those are much more intricate in design. Purposefully, though, as they were used in the early wars between man and God. It may be faster to prepare the banishing spells, as there are various numbers of ways to cast circles of lights.
If we're going
That
to
would
prepare
be up to
spells,
you.
if I'm going to prepare spells, I think at best we prepare all of them, but we'll have to keep them safe. Lord knows we don't want a banishing spell being used back against us.
As long as you don't get disintegrated.
Yes, well, that remains yet to be seen.
We shall ponder this. Let's let the scouts make their report.
Please let me accompany you whenever you begin work.
He nods to you and steps back as Sarxador steps forward along with Zalhace. I forgot his name for a second. Yes, the scouting report, right. I didn't write it. That's fine, I have it. And Gilrael steps forward and hands them the scouting report.
Is Gilrael fancy for this meeting?
Yes,
Yeah, what's he wearing?
his
Aw.
ceremonial armor. With a
Okay,
cloak.
nice.
Oh,
With the
Natalan
clothes.
looks very fancy.
Yes.
You
He
look
is
very
he is the commander of the mercenaries. He is presumably right under Kirito and Asuna when it comes to mercenary command.
Hey, I think I unseated him, didn't I?
What?
I unseated him.
You did, yes. But you are also now technically on the same level as Asuna and Kirito.
Okay.
You are also a
Fair
knight.
enough.
I don't know if you caught that.
Yes, no, I caught the sir. I'll take the sir.
Well, the only ones of us that were able to get close were myself and Sarxador here. It's not good, guys. It's not good.
Care to elaborate?
So, the ruins to the north, the Ectherian ruins, the ones where you and I met, and this is Sarxador talking, and where we found Elrin, where you guys met Elrin, is, well, we're pretty sure that's Toru Highwind, one of the brothers under the employ and presumably influence of Oberon. From what we could gather, it looks like he is the vassal for Pazuzu, the demon lord of flying beasts. He is gathering all manner of aerial creature to him up north. Our neighbor that is being attacked, the city of Ecthire, is also one of the ones that almost arrested you guys, and I believe you have a beef with Malachi. Thyrim Akoshi.
Who's the high of guard?
He is the one that has the large gauntlets of the elite monks.
Okay, what's his name again?
Thyrym, Thyrm, Akoshi,
Yep.
Akoshi.
Okay, and I'm sorry, the other guy who's the embodiment of Pazuzu?
Toru Highwind, Toru.
Toru. Thank you.
It looks like Thyrym is taking on the visage of Demigorgon. A monstrous beast. Really just... If you thought Pazuzu was bad, Demigorgon takes it a step further. He's sacking the city by himself. There are beasts that are gathering to him, but he is not calling to them. They are just responding to his power. The little girl that seemed out of place with them, Thyrym Akoshi's kin, we're not sure if it's daughter or little sister or what have you. Hanabi Akoshi. Looks like she's the vassal for Zariel, the fallen solar.
Zario?
Zariel, Zariel.
Okay.
She is sacking New Aincrad, and she is rallying forces to her side. She is also known for the long-standing blood war between the Infernal and Abyssal realms as the main assault general, and is one of Asmodeus's most trusted. We can't find Toru Highwind's brother, Endau Highwind. We're not sure where he is.
What's his name? I'm sorry?
Endau, Endou, Highwind. From your
Thank
guys'
you.
report, after you had woken up, and from what we gathered from the scene, it looks like he is the vassal for Baphomet. A natural disaster by himself. We hope he doesn't appear anywhere, because wherever he appears, it will be bad. And then all the way to the south, where the floating temple used to stand and where those ruins lie, we believe that's where Oberon is, the source of the Black Pillar, finishing the summoning ritual for Asmodeus himself. We also believe that Krona and Ragnarok are down there, and from your guys' report that you had found, that would mean that the Death Scythe and the Holy Sword are with him. If Asmodeus is summoned, then he wields both the Death Scythe and the Holy Sword. There's no one that will be able to stop him.
Now you said he's at the floating temple ruins, you said?
Yes.
Where is that on the map? Is that the Minecraft temple portals
Yes.
or okay. Hey, hold on. I just want to get the locations again real quick.
Thyrim, the vassal for Demigorgon, is
Yep.
in the city of Ecthyre, sacking the city. Or what's left of it. Hanabi Akoshi is the vassal for Zariel, and she is attacking New Aincrad, the town.
Yep.
Toru Highwind, the vassal for Pazuzu, is amassing forces in the Ectherian ruins where you guys first found Elrin and Sarxador.
Okay.
And Endo
And
Highwind,
then
the vassal for Baphomet, is nowhere to be seen.
and Oberon's in the Einkrad portal, temple
Area,
portal.
yes, with the black
Okay.
pillar of light coming from him.
Appreciate it.
The sky is also blackened out with blood red clouds.
Lovely.
Hmm.
All over the place or just over a
Nope, all
specific
over
area?
the entire region. You don't see any
Lovely.
light except for from the temples. There's no
Well,
sense
that's
of day or night.
lovely.
That's about all we have for the scouting report. Any questions?
Pretty straightforward. What do you guys think? Did you hear anything about Endo Highwind?
We couldn't get close enough. He may be guarding Oberon. But it's more likely he's waiting to launch a surprise attack to catch us off guard.
Which area would you say was the most at risk based on your survey?
Here.
Here?
Here. They're attacking
What
points of
is?
interest.
Have you seen? Has there been much sky traffic? I guess to say.
No. All the sky
So
traffic has been going north to where Pazuzu is.
So Mr. Highwind, who you wouldn't think would be up in the clouds, scouting out the land, just like the previous dragon that used to harass us all the time.
I'm not entirely sure Baphomet can fly.
Hmm. And again, to confirm, you said that here, Ekthire is the most under siege currently?
Ekthire's the most under siege by one thing, Demigorgon, because the Demigorgon doesn't really need anything. New Aincrad's not doing too well either because Zariel is sacking the city and using it as a staging ground for a proper military force. Whereas the Ectherian ruins have Pazuzu, who's more of like a aerial guerrilla force. They're not really organized. They're just a lot.
Okay.
To be fair, all of these things individually are a lot.
But they're tiers.
I'm sorry?
Nothing. No, nothing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any other input for us? Then I suggest we move on to the strategy in which we are employing.
How do you want to divvy up the forces?
That's up to you guys. You were just given the strategy briefing and you're the tip of the spear. Who would you want to go take out first?
Well, since you said that this area is probably the most under siege, I think Demogorgon might be our biggest, our main threat at the moment. Unless, I don't know, thoughts, guys?
Oh, Zariel is destroying the city over there too. So, I mean, do we want to go after our highest threat right now, or start at the lowest and go to the top?
A consideration was also whether we want to fight multiple fronts Or would it be better to try and draw the enemy to one area?
Oh, I would not want to fight all of these guys simultaneously.
So, I mean, we do have a whole army to back us. So, and they are all highly skilled. So, I mean, I guess we can, I don't know, make 3 teams maybe, and we'll go after the highest threat and send them after the other 2. Or do you just want to focus on one at a time?
I really think one at a time might be the best.
If that's the case, then we should go high threat first.
In
Right,
which
and
case, I think,
as many casualties as we can.
and I think he said Demogorgon was the highest threat currently, followed by Zarya.
If I
Whoa.
may, I'm enjoying your strategy planning. I just have a thought to inject.
Of course.
Demogorgon is the most threatening by himself. Give Pazuzu or Zariel enough time, and their force will shadow whatever Demogorgon can do by himself.
So,
Also
what you're
note that
saying,
all of these are gods in their own right. There is no weakest link. This is not going to be easy.
right, but from what you just said, is that Demogorgon is basically by himself. So
Yes.
he's not going to get any stronger. The other 2 have an army with them that could possibly become stronger and have more numbers with them if we don't take them out first.
That is also correct.
So maybe we shouldn't go after the highest threat first, because if we go after him first, then the other ones could be just as powerful as him by the time we defeat him. So we should probably go after the lower threats while they're weak. Not saying that they are weak, but they're weaker than their true potential.
Also remember that none of them are fully summoned yet. They are still tethered to their humanoid counterparts.
Which has to be around them?
They are them. Think of it like a possession. They have taken control of the strong vessel that was trained and cultured and handed over to them due to Oberon's deal with Asmodeus.
I have a question regarding Pazuzu. Demon Lord of Flying Beasts. Does that mean that the demon beasts that he summons and controls are tethered to him?
Not tethered. They just follow his direction.
So killing him doesn't necessarily get rid of them completely.
No, they may retreat. Demons aren't stupid. They may flock to the next most powerful. They may go into a frenzy and just do whatever they wish. It is possible that if you take him out or send him back to wherever he came from, that will remove some of the swarm that is gathering to him. But not all of the swarm that is gathering to him are demonic or fiendish in nature. There are just flying beasts of this plane that are also gathering to him, being influenced by the demonic aura and being demonized. Those flying beasts may return to normal if Pazuzu's taken out of the picture.
Sounds like Pazuzu is our first target.
Would anyone be able to execute a surgical strike to take out Pazuzu?
They all look at you guys.
Yeah, that's us.
Well, I mean, we're really just kind of gonna go in there. I'm talking more of an assassination attempt.
Oh, why couldn't we try an assassination attempt instead of just going in there with all brute force?
You want to try to assassinate this guy?
I mean, we do have the goddess and Ace that can basically go invisible. So, I mean, we can be a distraction when need be, and they can sneak up behind.
Can we give Zalhace one of these sending stones in order to kind of get updates regarding the other threats?
We'll do you one better. Better. We'll do you one better. Hold out your hands.
Hold out my hands.
Same.
Tentatively.
Everyone in this room, hold out your hands towards the center of the room.
Hands out, everybody.
Elrin and Kira and some of the other monks chant something. Inaudible. It's a low chant. And holy light fills the room. Almost blinding. And then it dies down. And there are glyphs temporarily emblazoned on your hand. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't feel like anything, really. And then the glyph kind of fades away. And then disappears entirely, almost like it's unnoticeable.
What was that?
Communication spell. Limited use. You can only send a sentence or two across. Can't really use it frequently. Maybe only once an hour or so. But everyone in this room is now connected and can communicate with each other at will.
Thank you.
Let's use our communications sparingly.
Should we use code words?
I guess our consensus then is that we're going after Pazuzu since he's a large amount of forces.
Alright. I guess that will be our first target. To the north. We will have to leave behind enough guards to hold against an attack if Demigorgon does turn his sights here.
Being the patron demon of flying things and extremely bad sequels, should we perhaps prepare some sort of flying mount for Malachi? Is that a concern with him?
That's up to you guys.
I can Well, I mean, do I need a? We're going to be fighting in the air all the time.
I don't know, but it's just a thought that that may be the case.
Well, there's also gravity altering spells. You could try to
Ah,
ground them.
just point my feather at them and tell them that they're extremely heavy.
Depends. Is your friend Pendragon there also going to need something to help him fly? We recognize he can wild shape.
Indeed, but I don't think an eagle can wield a sword and fly at the same time.
I can cast spells.
I was going to go over to Luke and Liz. Maybe they can enchant my armor to fly.
Just remember, if that's the case, it'll take away other aspects of it or affect it.
Luke
Maybe
and Liz are in this room.
it may be best.
Go ahead, Ace.
It may be best to look at ways to ground them rather than trying to have everybody fight in the air.
I mean, that is a good point. But, like you said, I wouldn't be able to hold a sword or anything if I'm an eagle. But I can also cast spells. So, if Malachi is on my back, then I have no problem with close quarter combat. If something comes close, he'll take care of that for me. And I can shoot from a distance. So, and you guys would be on the back of the dragons. So we have somewhat a long range, along with, you know, the bow and all. But if we can wound them enough to ground them, it'd be much easier.
We're not leaving you again, so you're not going in this alone. Devlin runs up to you. Elish close behind. Eos.
We weren't leaving you guys out. We were just trying to figure out at least a base plan before we added everybody else in.
You two will be coming.
Yeah, it's the least I can do. I kind of harassed you guys a lot when I was under mind control.
But you're also still part of our team.
Once a misfit, always a misfit.
I appreciate that, but I have to feel like I've earned that.
You have saved us more than you have harmed us.
Alright. We will dedicate forces to make up the body of the spear. You guys will have to strategize and focus on Pazuzu or Toru Highwind himself.
Right. I guess you can say we were just sharpening the tip.
Leave the stragglers to us. Those of us that survive this conflict, we will regroup. Hopefully we don't have to fight our way back to the keep.
Do you have any intel on any of the possessed
You have a
strengths,
what?
weaknesses? Any intel?
The intel you got is the intel we had.
Fair enough.
Other than the fact that they're not fully gods yet. They just are channeling the powers. We're gonna put
So
Gilrael
this
in
is
charge of the main army.
he's earned it.
The Misfits, all of you, run your communications through Gilrael for strategy purposes.
Okay.
This will be a very quick attack. Plan to leave at dusk. You're gonna have to get an early night's rest, so leave at dusk, so you don't risk exhausting yourselves.
So we're leaving tonight.
That's gonna be best.
I don't mind a night, like a night mission.
A
We'll be
night
able to
strike.
move quietly through the night. There's not as much light in the area. Any objections?
None.
Let's focus on this one. Do not worry about the others, and do not do anything reckless.
It's hard not to worry about others, but I understand.
The others. Don't worry about the other gods that are here. Just focus on the one that is in front of you.
Oh, yes, sorry.
The council and the other town leaders will be staying here at the keep, along with probably a quarter of our forces. We're going to send the rest of our forces under the command of Gilrael. The Misfits, you have the option to choose who you take as your party. You also have the option to choose your equipment if you need any upgrades. Just remember, we leave at dusk.
How many will be our party total?
Difficult to say. You're taking on the vassal for a god.
I know.
As mortals.
I mean, if you leave it open to us, we'll just take, like, everybody. So I figured there was some limitation.
Yeah, so your choices are basically your allies.
Right. I just
Devlin, Eos,
Everybody.
Elish. You can have Sarxador's Alhace accompany you, since they're not really part of the main fighting force, they're part of the scouting party.
Kira and Elrin are...
Kira and Elrin are part of the council, so they will be staying back.
Okay.
As will the other council members and township leaders. If they're
So no
relieving most
positive-
of their force for this assault, they need their most powerful to stay back to bulk up the defenses.
Okay, so no Kazuto in it.
No, not in this fight.
Okay. And Gilrael's another
Gilrael's
captain.
leading the main force, the main body of this assault. As long as you
What about
communicate
that,
with him what your plan is, he will keep his forces out of your way.
What about that high elf platoon?
No one's found them yet.
Huh?
No one's
found them yet? Okay.
Not the missing
Shit.
portion of it.
Yak and Erlock will be joining us as well, correct?
That's up to you guys. You can ask them.
Well,
Yeah, I go up to Erdlock and I talk to him about it.
I'm gonna talk to him before I go to sleep. So find out then.
Okay. We'll start with the conversation with you, Malachi. Ace and Dianus, are either of you accompanying either of them to their old mentors?
No, I'm gonna kind of stand in an area where I can like eavesdrop a little bit though, because I'm curious, but I don't want to interrupt.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang around with Ace, just keep my eye out for anything that looks suspicious.
Okay. Malachi, you walk up to Erdlock.
I do. I still got my cloak on,
Yep.
and I kind of look up at him,
Yep.
and I give him a big cheese grin. I
Yep.
did pretty good, huh, you old man?
Ha! I did better with my pinky toe.
You did nothing. You were unconscious for the good portion of it all. And I'm just gesturing wildly.
He's keeping a stern look on his face before he starts laughing. I'm just kidding you. You have made me proud.
Damn right.
And
I
you
just
saved
kinda-
my ass from a horrible fate.
I'm glad.
My
I'm glad
lessons
I
must
never
have
want-
stuck, finally.
Oh, yeah. And I don't have access to my axe at the moment, do I?
You would have rearranged your sheaths and, like, weapon holders around your cloak. So you do. It's still on your back, and it's on the outside of your cloak, because who would put a cloak over their weapons unless they're hiding something?
So I kind of gesture to the axe here. This thing's pretty sharp, no?
It is. It is. I enjoy that. You can see he's
Oh,
still got his great sword on his back.
Uh,
He's
You
also
owe me
got
a
some
match,
pretty
old man.
impressive gauntlets.
Oh yeah?
He's not wearing any armor. He's got his great sword and some gauntlets.
Huh. No armor this time for you?
No. No. It slows me down for the scouting missions we were just on.
That makes sense.
Did you need some help with your assault?
I was actually hoping that you'd join us. You know, it could really benefit us to have you on this assault. We need to be quick and we need to be precise.
I guess I'm going without any armor.
I mean, we can get you some armor if you need some armor.
No, I've got armor. It's just a little loud.
That's fair. Well, I thank you, and I'm really glad that you're okay.
I
You can-
am glad that you're okay as well. You really
Malachi
have
gives,
made me
like-
proud.
Malachi gives like an awkward, half-hearted smile, and then he's just like, yes, thank you. Because he's just very embarrassed right now. We're heading out at dusk. You said we're heading out at dusk, DM?
Yes.
Okay, so if you need anything beforehand, let me know. I'm going to be setting up, but we'll reconvene shortly.
We have a fight on our hands. Do not make light of it.
Never. We'll make it through, though. I have faith in us, in you, in everything. We've come through a lot.
I have
I don't think
faith
this
in
is
you and your friends.
Valentine nods, and then he would go back to the group.
Ace and Dianus, you heard that whole conversation and remained unnoticeable. Because Malachi was too filled with awkwardness to pay attention.
Good.
Pen. You find Yak while Malachi is talking to Erdlock. Yak's not too far from Erdlock, as they've probably been getting to know each other and feel comfortable since they were saved together. Ace and Dianus, you also can overhear this conversation as well. But Pen, go ahead, and how are you approaching Yak?
I walk up like excitedly to see him. Like I kind of want to like give him a hug, but it doesn't seem like it's suitable in during the meeting right now. So I kind of like just put my hand out to give him a handshake.
Ha!
So, yeah, it's very nice to see
Young
you.
Pendragon. Come here, come here. And he grabs your hand, gives you a handshake, and pulls you into like to an embrace. Still shaking hands, but like the one-handed embrace around the shoulder.
Gotcha. Very nice to see you. What are you doing here?
Helping.
Well, now, but I mean, I know my journey took me a long distance away, but I didn't expect you to come looking for me.
You were gone for a while, and well, I don't know how else to say this, young Pendragon. The village was attacked.
I got your message.
So I had to come find you. The villagers, most got out unscathed, some were injured. We lost some of the younger and older folk, but we took up refuge in a nearby town. The guards took us in. We have to stop this influence, and seems your path led you to the same conclusion.
Well, it not only did it bring me here, but as you've seen, it brought Cryovane here too. So this evil apparently is affecting. Because you're gonna say that you guys attacked by demons?
It was. They were like demons, but they weren't. They were of flesh and blood. Corrupted humanoids, bandits, ruffians, sacked the village.
So when it brought us over here, it brought people from here over there.
Maybe.
How did you end up getting here, though?
I found that cave that explorers said you and a young tabaxi woman, and he raises an eyebrow at you, disappeared in and never came out.
Did you see the white light?
You know, nah, I didn't really think about it much, but now that you mention it, I did.
Well, because I also had visions of you being frozen, like, and visions of, I don't know if it was Cryovane or not, but a dragon talking in the background about eating their meal. And I wasn't sure if they weren't the same vision, they were two different visions. I wasn't sure if you got eaten or not. I was kind of really worried once I heard that you came after me and I possibly put you in harm's way.
Well, I put myself in harm's way, young Pendragon. When one of my disciples is in trouble, I have to come help them. Though it seems you didn't need it, as he looks around at your friends.
Well,
so tell
just
me.
luckily happened to appear with them.
Tell me. The young tabaxi woman that you're with.
Her name's Dianis.
Yeah. Just a friend.
In a different situation, probably not. But right now, yeah, like once this is all said and done, it might be more than just a friend. But right now, somebody I
Oh,
really care about.
young Pendragon. Do not let duty get in the way of your feelings. Who knows? We may not even come back from this fight. Just don't regret the decisions that you make here.
Feelings could cloud my judgment, though.
That they could, or they could push you to make the right call. They could push you to stop from being frozen by fear.
I'm just trying to keep my feelings for everybody equal instead of stronger feelings for just one individual. This way, my judgment will be equal amongst everybody.
You are wise for your age, young Pendragon.
That's why you sent me off on this journey.
I just hope that you don't regret ignoring what is obviously there, even to an old man such as myself. I mean, look at your friend Malachi over there.
Oh, I'm not saying we haven't had fun. Especially him, he's had plenty of fun. But
Okay.
that aside, we just got done strategizing, going to attack one of these gods. Can really use some help with ground control and maybe some healing. Would you like to join us?
You take this old man into the fray. You trust me with your life.
You survived the War of the Dragons. You can survive this.
I'd be honored to fight alongside my smartest disciple.
I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you for saving me, and I am proud of what you have accomplished here. If we do end up falling, let us meet in the next life.
Oh, we shall not fall. We shall live forever.
If only. Make sure you do your preparations tonight. And his face gets more stern, as I will be doing mine. We have one hell of a fight coming our way.
Yes. So I'm asking for the help.
He shakes your hand again and does the one arm embrace.
See you in a couple hours.
Yes, we will. Ace and Dianis, you also heard this conversation. Ace, you notice Dianis is blushing.
Kind of give her a little nudge to the ribs and be like, hey.
I'm just gonna kind of like dig my toes into the ground and just like turn a little bit more shades of red.
Just as this is happening, Malachi and Pen are rejoining both of you. Malachi is also kind of blushing.
Oh.
And looking sheepish and awkward.
I'm gonna look at Malachi and be like, "What are you looking all awkward for?"
What? What? Me? No.
Oh, no. Look at your face. Look at your face. You
I
can
can't
tell.
look at my face.
Ace. Look at Malachi.
Don't listen to her. And I kind of put my hands up.
That's a grade A certified blue ribbon strawberry right there.
Indeed.
Ace,
I
can you
eat
make
strawberries. I'm not a strawberry.
Can you make
Well,
like a
you can't
water
hide the
mirror so you
smile
can
that you
see
have from
yourself?
ear to ear either.
Enough of this. What? We've wars to fight.
Ace Penn asked if you could make a water mirror. Also, Penn, you notice that Daeonis is also blushing quite a bit.
I look at Daeonis and like, you got a little something on your face there, just like Malachi over there. What's going on?
Just, I don't know. Just, I stubbed my toe.
Make a deception check. Stubbed my toe at disadvantage because you're embarrassed.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh no. It's only a +2 anyway. It's gonna be horrible. Still got a 13.
Plus a d6.
Ooh, would you look at that? Come on, 6. A 3 will do, I guess.
16. Pen, roll an insight check. With a plus d6. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. She definitely did not stub her toe.
Seen you hurting stuff before, and not the face too much. Like, it's like the morning after the night with Mira.
Just don't worry about me. So, what'd your higher above have to say to you? I'm just trying to change the subject to anything but my face being red.
Well, I mean, you know, Malachi's face is red too, so it's not just you. You know, I'm trying. Why are you?
Leave me
Why is
out
your
of this.
face all red? No, I'm trying to figure out like both of y'all faces are red.
It's warm in here, isn't it, Malachi?
My face is fine.
Your face is as red marks just like hers, which is weird because she's furry and you're not.
That's what I'm saying. How can you tell with all the fur? She's fine. I'm fine. We're all fine.
Yep, we're good. We're good. All good here.
Malachi takes a swig of water.
Kira and Elrond come up to your group about this time. Oh, hey, why are you two blushing? Why?
That's what it's called.
Why is it so bad?
Malachi,
Anytime I talk about it, it just gets worse. This is interesting.
Malachi just keeps drinking water.
What are you both thinking about?
I'm just gonna take like the top of my cloak and like cover over my face to where you can only see my nose and a little bit of my mouth. I'm invisible. You can't see me anymore.
Okay. Well, I guess we can't find out why she's still here. Hey, Malachi. I'm sorry, Sir Malachi.
Yes.
What's up with the new shade?
I am fine. And can I try to calm down and remove the blush?
Yes, I will remove the gauntlet and allow you to try and do that. Make a it's not really constitution. Charisma. Make a charisma check for me.
Ooh, okay. 19.
Plus D6?
Plus the D6.
Yep. You guys are rolling well for roleplay purposes.
Dirty 20.
You were able to calm it down with relative
So
ease. Taking the water helped.
Oh, thank goodness.
Almost drowning yourself, you know.
Yep.
Blush is mostly gone. The awkward feeling is still inside of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But outwardly, no longer cherry.
Oh,
So
that seems like you've calmed yourself down now. Were you thinking about Mira?
I have more control than that.
Oh. Mira walks up behind them. Oh, do you?
Hello there.
Where's Deonis?
She was here a moment ago.
She's around.
Oh, is she? Okay. Snaps her fingers. Hey, Deonis, your cloak deactivates.
I think I've had enough time to where I'm not as able to see that I'm blushing.
Make a charisma check.
Oh boy.
I will give you the same check that Malachi did because you had the same amount of time to compose yourself.
Oh.
You have plus D6.
Yay. Wish we get a 1. I got a 4. Not bad. 13.
You're not able to compose yourself all the way because it is Mira that is now asking the question. And that just brings back Penn saying the only other time he's seen you like this was after the night with Mira.
I'm just gonna instantly start blushing even more and be like, it's because of you. And just give her a
we're
little...
just coming out with the... Oh, because of you to Mira or because of you to Penn?
Because, to Penn.
So we're just coming out with the truth. Alright. She says this directly to you, Penn, and everyone else just kind of gasps and goes quiet. That's in this little area.
Malachi just looks at Penn like, ooh.
Did you happen to overhear what I said to Yak? Well,
maybe.
Well, you should know by now that I only speak the truth.
I know. I'm gonna turn a couple more shades of red.
Hey, Penn. Your emerald's looking a little pink.
That's fine. I'm not ashamed.
In Draconic, I say to Penn, ooh, you the smoothest emerald dragon this side of Ekthar.
Guys, I love when you roleplay because it's hilarious.
Still haven't figured out why Malachi is blushing yet.
And you never will, because I am no longer purple.
Well, at least I was honest.
Yes.
I say back in Draconic to Malachi, you know she speaks Draconic, right?
Wait, what was that?
I say back to you in Draconic that you know she speaks Draconic, right?
I look back at Penn, and then my eyes just go like wide-eyed real quick.
You start blushing again.
And then I look at Deonis, and I just do like the nervous laughter, you know. Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Malachi and just be like, ah ha ha, ah ha ha,
Ew.
It's fine, Deonis. I can make sure he gets his tonight.
Please do. I would appreciate it. Not even pay coin.
You guys
Then
aren't
I'll
being
look over
charged
at
for any
Malachi.
services in the town tonight.
Thank you very much.
Well, Malachi hear this?
Yes.
He immediately like puts on a devilish grin.
I'm gonna look at Malachi and just stick my tongue out at him and blow raspberries. Like, yeah, when you're tied to the bed. I'm just gonna turn around and like have my cape just like flop.
I mean, I can't say that that's not a possibility. So we're just gonna nod.
See about that. I'll talk to Mira before she has you.
I mean, she was the first person to make you blush, so I'm sure you'll want to speak to her too.
That we know of. How do we know that Malachi didn't have some sweetheart back where he came from?
Oh, I was talking to Deonis.
Oh.
What?
Yeah,
Mira
now
always
you're
makes me
blushing more.
smile and blush. Well, it's
Something?
Mira. What do you expect? I'm gonna put my hands on my hips and look at Penn and be like, mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know. Y'all had your fun.
Mira
have my
is like a
phone yet.
goddess.
Remember, Mira
Yeah.
did offer you fun as well, Pen. You declined it.
I did decline it. I wasn't trying to look for fun, but you know, it kind of let my guard down like in a day, honest.
I walk over to Penn. I kind of like nudge him in the ribs, like, "Hey, you're one woman dragonborn, eh?"
Devlin
Oh.
walks up next to her sister. Whoa, 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 whoa. Who said anything about one?
What?
Yeah, we're like always like the Doublemint twins, so like
Oh,
we're like a package deal.
oh, there actually was two of you that night.
Yeah,
Oh.
you were high.
Yes, there was. It's a shame you don't remember.
I look
No, I
at
don't
Penn.
remember.
I forgot that's the time he tested too many of his concoctions.
Yeah, it was all like I think it was the under the bridge mushrooms by the river that got him the worst.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
really
it
been
was.
suffering.
It's
Yeah.
okay. I remember too.
I
I was only a freaking door
That's
away.
right.
So many mushroom concoctions.
I forgot all about that.
I just give Penn a big slap on the back. You dog!
Penn scale should be almost red about now.
Right?
I just kind of
They're
look at
purple.
Malachi, kind of.
Red and green make purple.
Yep, they do.
Oh, what's red and? Oh, I got my color wheel wrong. Red and green
Red and
make
green.
mud, so he's
Yeah, it's
turning
brown.
mud colored.
It's brown.
Oh.
Like
Brown.
too brown.
A gavel
Murky.
out of nowhere just starts hitting a solid surface, just like clack, 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 and the room kind of silences.
Yep.
Everyone, thank you for your sacrifices and your efforts. Please make sure you take care of yourselves and take care of your loved ones. Get rest. Make sure to have all your affairs in order. We shall leave as the sun passes the horizon.
DM, real quick, could we speak to the mages? Because I'm curious if we could go into battle kind of like we did with the one-on-one fights, where we were empowered with a single spell or ability.
You can, as they are, as the group is dispersed. Yes.
I think I need to go write a will with all, like, 8 of my possessions.
Remember, you own a castle.
I mean, I don't know that I own that. It's just kind of like, I don't know.
That's
maybe
true.
he died.
I would walk up to one of the higher level mages, and I would ask them for 2 enchantment, if possible.
One of the higher level mages was also one of the mages that was talking with Ace about deciphering her spells and preparing something.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of enchantments were you thinking about?
Well, I mean, again, my job is to be a shield and a spear and a shield, to take as much damage as possible, and to be able to attack as often as possible. And I'm aware that there are some magics which grant a degree of clarity or sight or even foresight into potential future events, and I'm hoping I could be enchanted with something like that.
I'll tell you this. We are preparing some magical kits for your assault squad. The kits take some time, but they will be ready before you are to leave tonight. We shall include brief instructions on how to use the kits, and they should provide you with the buffs that you are requesting.
Gratitude.
Hey,
Every little bit helps. Thank you.
we have these orbs to use during our short rest here also.
Which orbs?
The
Like,
infinity orbs.
yes, those orbs.
What do those do?
Various things.
Can we get those analyzed? Anything we have that's not
those
been
have been analyzed.
We've talked about them multiple times. We keep forgetting about them.
Oh wait, that's right. I remember you posted them before, and but we would have to imbue them into a weapon, and doesn't that remove any kind of magic effects?
Yep, it does.
So that's the double-edged sword there. So I can't do that, but if you guys want to,
I will leave you all with this. As the meeting is dispersed, there's a crowd forming outside. There are beds open here in the barracks, and the keep has been opened. And there seems to be a path that leads from the barracks to the keep to one of the side entrances. A path that is lined with the eloquently adorned armored soldiers. You are all escorted back to the keep. You can discuss amongst yourselves what you would like to do with certain things. You can request enchantments or other things that would be able to get done in the short amount of time that you have here. Talk with each other, spend time with each other, spend time with your companions. and we will end the session here and pick up the session after the rest and with the travel of the assault team towards Pazuzu. Thank you all for tuning in on all of the streaming channels that we have. We appreciate the support, and we hope to see you all next time. So until then, have a good night.
Thank you, guys.
Write
Good
a
night.
will, get life insurance, and prepare for death.
Indeed.
I mean, we definitely need
That
to.
was
We're about to
morbid.
potentially die.
Dun dun.
I mean,
dun.
we're going up against demon gods. I hope you guys have things to protect against demons and stuff and fiends.
I thought it was just good life advice.
True.
Yes, that
Have
too.
a good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
guys.
everybody.
Night.
Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the show, leave a like and review. It'll help lead others our way.